Hello and welcome to 2026. It is cold. It's really, really, really cold, and it's okay to be cold sometimes. Actually, my hand's a little bit frozen because the computer is frozen. Anyways, Gordon D. Gordon, my dog, he had some problems. We went for a run. He was okay with the run, and then we came back, and then we had about 30 minutes of calm, and then suddenly, he was like hiding behind my bike, and I realized that he needed some support. So he was sitting next to me. I decided to start coding and just finishing off this project. And then he started going crazy. So he wanted to sit on me, and then he started shivering, and then he started panting, and he was really hot. And anyways, he didn't have fun with the fireworks. I'm melting. Maybe there we go. So here we go. Let's now. I just spent a little bit of time working on this prototype. So now we can check it out and see what happens. In general, basically, like the windsurf project and the Gemini project, they took like almost identical amounts of time. I haven't done any testing. I didn't look at them. I don't know what's going on actually. So let's just see if the sound's working first of all. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, you see, this is the issue. All right, so I'm gonna stop the screen sharing. Okay, working. So you can see me wiping my nose. And two, one. Okay, so it's not gonna do it, I guess. Hmm. We should be back now. Okay, good. Uh, so the other thing I could do is I could just click the window. Okay, the window's working. The window is working. Okay, so check this out. Wait, I gotta turn off the volume because I can hear myself. Okay. All right. So this is on this side, you can see this is the windsurf architect. And then over here, we have the anti gravity architect. And you can see here, we have the deployment on GitHub pages. So this one, it took two chances and it worked. This one took, the anti gravity took two and it also worked. So basically, it worked pretty much immediately. It's okay. So it says, we are green. So your app is live. Click on the link to open your production app and then open the link. Does it load? If it looks great, you're done. If it's broken, uninstall HTML. This is common for base path issue I mentioned earlier. To fix, you need to add this. Then you're gonna enter a fake API key, test key, click save. It should show an error, invalid API key. Test your memory, enter a real API key, refresh the pages, and ask for another one. Congratulations, you've gone from vibe coding idea to deployment serverless AI product in one session. Is there anything else you need, or shall we sign off? Okay, so here's the other one. So here's success. Here's your live application, final action. Click the link above, test your flow, enter your API key, upload a video plus transcript, hit the start analysis. So this actually gave us a better idea. Now, I think I could just get my API key. All right, so let's see if I can do this. And let's click this one first. This is windsurf. and this one is anti-gravity. All right, why does it say this? Okay, this one's a Gemini API key. Please enter your Gemini API key. This is stored locally on your device, local storage. If you don't have one, get one. Okay, let's click get one. Wow, that's great. So it takes you right into this. So actually I can copy the API key. Okay, good. They both did the same thing. So I'm going to stop sharing because I'm not really sure what it's going to happen when I paste that API key in there. And I don't want to have to release the API key. So just give me a second. There we go. All right. So now I'm going to paste the API key in here. Maybe I should turn off my glasses. Oh, Gordon's. Oh, okay. So actually, you can't even see the API key because it's just dots. Okay, in both cases, I don't see the API key. It says invalid API key or network error. All right, so I'm just going to take a picture of my API key page in Google. And I'm going to take a picture of the welcome page. And take a picture of the other welcome page. Okay, so actually I was able to open up the page, and then I already have an API key inside of my Google. So in fact, I clicked the link, that the automatic link that it has. It sent me directly to the page where I have my API key from a previous project. So I'm not really sure why it didn't work, because I've used that API key before with a different project. So I'll just upload a picture of my my Google AI Studio page so that you can see it and you can advise on what I should do to overcome this issue. So you can tell me what you think. All right, so I'll just send that, and I'm going to send the same thing to the other one. Okay, so I got both of my architects on the job and the individual screenshots for each of them. All right, so the first one, it says, this is a common issue when reusing API keys from old projects. The error invalid API key network usually happens for one of two reasons: key restrictions. The old key might be locked in a specific website. Stale project settings. The project live settings might have different API settings enabling. Okay, so what are we going to fix? Since you're already in the Google AI Studio, click Create API Key. Select Key to New Project. Do not select Project Live. Give Cubit Connect its own its own copy. Clean slate. Ensure no hidden restrictions block you. Copy the new key. Copy the string. Start with this. Try again. Go back to your live tab. Okay. And then the other one. Yeah, they both say create new API keys. Okay, let's create a new API key. I'm going to name it. Select cloud project. Mm. I'm just going to take a screenshot of the select cloud project and pop it in. Same cloud project that is connected to cloud billing. Yes, you should select plus. Yes, you should select plus create project from that list instead of cloud. Fresh start, no domain restrictions. Do this in the drop down. Create a project. Paste it into your. Click create. Copy the brand new key. It gives you. If the brand new key still fails, could not validate. It shows your browser blocking the connection, not the key itself. All right. Well, let's click create this new project. Cubit connect. It's created. Create the key. Cubit connect. Copy the API key. So it says set up billing. But I'm not going to set up billing quite yet. I'm just going to paste in the API key. All right, it didn't work with the first project. Did not work with the second project. All right, so I just took a screenshot of the API page, and it says this is frustrating, but we can fix it. Since you created a fresh key and it still fails, the problem is not the key, it's your browser or your network blocking the request to Google. This happens frequently with client-side AI apps because ad blockers think Google API is a tracking script. Disable ad blockers most likely caused. If you have a U block origin ad block plus or brave shield active, turn it off specifically for your. I don't know how to do that. Ad blockers. I don't even know what's going on. Like, do I have an ad blocker? Third party cookies blocked. Um, I don't know if I have an ad blocker. How do I check if I have an ad blocker? Okay, I'm just gonna use the audio. Okay, so I have Google Chrome, and I don't know if it has an ad blocker or not. I don't know how to check it. Is there a quick way to avoid an ad blocker somehow? Is there something I can do so that we can bypass the ad blocker? I have a MacBook, so we could also open up a different browser. We could. So, what do you think we should do? All right. So the other one, it says since you created a brand new key, it's still failing. It's not an issue with the key itself. It's likely a network error caused by your browser blocking the connection to Google. Here's how to find the real culprit in 60 seconds. Open the black box, the browser console. The red text on the screen is generic. The real error is hidden in your browser console. On the invalid API key screen, right click anywhere on the background and select inspect. Inspect. Okay, maybe I could share this because, anyways, I could just delete the key someday. All right, so let's jump into the window. All right, so it says click inspect. The red text on the screen is generic. The real error is hidden in your browser console. On the invalid background inspect, click on the console at the top. Console. Console is here. Okay. Once all the text. Use Safari. Open Safari on your Mac. Visit your deployment website link. All right, so this one wants me to open Safari. Maybe I don't have Safari. Yes, I have Safari. Open Safari on your Mac and visit your deployment website link. Okay. I just opened Safari. Now you can't see it because I'm opening Safari. Okay, it opened it up. Good. Why Safari usually doesn't have the same heavy ad blocking extensions installed as your main Chrome browser. Paste in the new API key there. If it connects, we know 100% that the Chrome extension was the problem. All right, cubit connect and connect. Didn't work. The stay in Chrome fix incognito. If you prefer Chrome incognito mode, it disables all extensions. Action, visit your incognito and try the key. Okay, so now we'll try incognito window. And the key. Okay, so I'm going to use the inspect. It looks different than the other one. And I probably can just do the same thing with inspect with Safari. No, I can't. I don't know how to inspect with the Safari. All right, jumping back to the anti-gravity. Okay, this is a module name error. The console log means the Google API server received your request but didn't recognize the model alias 1.5 flash. This often happens with the API. You don't use the specific version suffix. You need to update your model to the stable version. Copy and paste this into okay. So what I'm going to say here is I'm just going to copy this, but now I've had this problem in the past. So I'm going to say to anti-gravity, I'm going to say first, you need to go through the workflow to find a list of the usable API names and make sure the exact name is on the list, and if the name is different, then change the name to the exact name from the list. All right, so let's go back to our other one. It's the code we used to test the key. It's not found. Same thing. All right, now I'm going into Cascade, and I'm just going to copy this actually the same sentence from the other one. All right. Now we're going to go back to anti-gravity. It has it says I verified that the Gemini 1.5 flash was indeed causing the 404 error because it's an alias. I've updated the code to use the stable version Gemini 1.5 flash 001 confirmed via Google's documentation. Actions taken. Please refresh your app once the specific GitHub action finishes and try analyzing the video again. Use your API key. It should now connect flawlessly. All right, so it sounds like I need to open up the GitHub. Okay, good. So you can see it's using the specific model version. It's and the windsurf is still working on it. All right, it says now. Okay, so now it says on the windsurf, it says based on the Gemini API docs, the current models are Gemini 2.5 Flash, Gemini 2.0, recommended best price performance, stable workhorse. 1.5 is older but should work. The real issue is the count tokens being flaky. Let me update both validation method and upgrade to the newer model. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to do a hard refresh, so that's a Control Command R, I think. It's a Command or Option? Shift Command. I think it's Shift Command. Control. Shift Control R. I don't know. Doesn't seem to be refreshing. Okay, anyways, let's get those API keys and put her in there. Save and continue. Inspect. Console. Do I need to wait? The action tab is green, but this is the console message. Here's the feedback from Windsurf. They are having the same problem. Yeah, I don't want to put everything in there. I don't want it to be messed up. What are we going to do here? All right, so I'm just going to add some of this data from Windsurf. Okay, let's check what anti-gravity is thinking. Command Shift R, that's what I did. Command Shift R. That's exactly what I did. Okay, let's just pick up these API keys, copy API key, and then we're going to do our Command Shift R, Command, Shift R. I did Command Shift R, and the console seems to show an error before we even start. The windsurf is just like building. It did npm run build. It is generating static pages. It is collecting build traces. I don't even know what it's doing. It's having a good time. This is great news. Look closely at your screenshot. The red arrow is gone. The message you see now is harmless warnings. Yellow is not errors. The password field is not contained a form. It's just Chrome complaining that we didn't wrap the input tag. It's not auto save key, but it will not stop the app from working. Okay, enter the API key. We'll check up on Windsurf. It is still building this website. Well, all right. It's saying it wants to completely override it. So I don't know. What do? Do you trust it? Is it like? Is this like? I don't know. Okay. Well, let's lean in. Okay, so anti-gravity, I just gave it the full thing. It says it's addressing. Let's turn this up a little bit. Okay, anti-gravity is doing more than just okay. Push the fix. Okay. All right, let's check with our windsurf. terminal command. Now we go to actions. Okay, it's updating. Now we'll go over to the other guy. All right, the other guy looks like this. Now, if it's pushed, then it should show a new action. Okay, looks like it's done. Fix forced update model. We did that. It's green. Yes. Go to the incognito crucial. Open the incognito tab. Control Shift N. Okay. Now it wants us to do an incognito tab. So nobody's going to be able to see this unless I stop sharing. I really want it to work. And then share the entire screen. And then check. Hmm. Oh, okay. How's it? Okay, it's not actually. Stop sharing. Now, strange thing. You might you might not believe me, but okay. So if I remove the if I remove the place where I'm trying to share everything from the tab where I'm seeing if I can see what I'm sharing, then I'm guessing it'll work. So what's going on now? It's not working. Share entire screen. Okay, now I'm just waiting for my lips to start moving. Oh, you see that? I told you it would work. I knew it would work. All right, good. So let's. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to be doing is we got the incognito tab. Which one is the incognito tab? This one. All right. I'm going to. Now we only have the these two files. I'm going to close that. And okay. So this guy says I'm done. We can do that one. And then this guy is working on something else. Was just updating some things. Okay. So here's the moment of truth. So what it's saying is that we need to take this. So this one is the anti-gravity. And we need to do an incognito window. All right, good. And then we're going to come over here and we're going to do another anti-incognito window. Okay, good. All right, so both of those are now up. Then we're going to copy our API key for Qubit Connect. And we're going to throw her in here and save and continue. Didn't work. And we're going to inspect the page. And then we're going to come over here. And did windsurf win? Ha! Also did not work. Inspect. Console. Okay, so we're going to throw her in here. Console. And throw this one over here. Okay, let's see what windsurf's problem is. The error 0 model confirms the issue. The Gemini Flash model has 0 quota available for your new free account. It is currently in a restricted preview. Requires billing setup. Where is the Flash stable? We made 2 changes. The switched validation count tokens. That was good. I switched the model from 1 point. That was bad. We need to keep the good change and change the bad. Can you run some work process? Perhaps check online and confirm the choices that are outlined below. I don't want to change the name if we don't have to, and also I want to change the name to a name that won't work. So we need to make sure it will work first before changing it. Okay. Let's jump into Gemini. To what extent do you agree with this advice? Is there something else you might suggest? All right. So I didn't read it out loud. I'm starting to slow down. And okay. Oh, is it? If we refresh this, I don't think it. Okay. Well, I'm starting to run out of energy. Once the plan finishes, click this. Okay. Alright, it seems to think something happened. Alright. I think this is the last test for today because it's now coming on 2:30, 2:40 in the morning. Welcome to 2026. So this is going to be the year, man. It's going to be the year. I'm going to deploy something made from vibe coding. What do we got? 5 windows. Yeah. So this is it. Once this is done, we're going to bed because I'm done. And I'm just hoping it works. So, and my little Gordon D. Gordon, what's he doing? Wow, he's actually not sleeping. His head's up. Well, at least there's no more explosions. He was pretty stressed out with those explosions. Yeah, little buddy bud. I think he'll be okay. Maybe if I give him, maybe if we go cook up a little bit of hamburger, and then we'll see if that helps a little bit. Okay. Let's make sure we get this right because this is our last little thing of the evening. Well, that didn't work. The app is ready. Do you think it's ready? Seems to be ready. How about over here? It looks like it's still building it. Okay, it thinks it's done. So now Google's actually a little bit ahead. I mean, unless it doesn't work again, which is obviously possible. Okay, just barely making it. All right, deploy. Okay. Right, so we're talking about this one. And we need an API key. Okay, we're waiting room one last time. Watch the GitHub action. 60 seconds, wait till it turns green. All right, there we go. Let's get our API key. Okay, we're gonna hard refresh. Okay, put in the API key. All right, this one's up. Let's grab our API key. Let's do a refresh. Well, they both failed. They're still failing. They're all having a hard time. All right, so I guess 2026 is going to be the year of debugging. And maybe we can think about different tools. I don't know. Here, how long does full story? You're hitting the zero error means your account does not have access to the 2.0 series flash. You're on the free tier yet. Likely your restricted view of your region. However, missing crucial detail. We tried Gemini Flash first time it was this. Did not fail as a quota error since now the fixed code. It works. Is actually the correct solution. We need to pair it with the correct. Why do you want to do this? I don't want to do this. Yeah. Yeah, so we gotta figure out like this is ridiculous. I think this is so crazy. I just don't get it. How how are we gonna just like they're both having the same problem. I don't know how to solve the problem. So that's gonna be it for today. We can think about this again tomorrow. And unless we run out of tokens from our windsurf. Oof. Okay, I only used 80. 9 days. Okay, we'll just do this tomorrow. So it's fantastic news. We had lots of fun today, and we'll try this out again tomorrow. Bye bye. Happy New Year.